Quick video about the English elections. Obviously, what is it, 5 days away, 6 days away? Is it 5th of May? That's what happens when you're in Northern Ireland. You get totally tuned out with what's happening in England, because our election cycle is slightly different. I think our election for councils is 2027, which is the same time as we're having elections for the Assembly over here. Obviously, it's UKIP's policy, I believe, to do away with regional assemblies. I hope I'm not being a heretic and quoting that right. I think Ben Habib agrees with that as well. Not sure what the Reform Party think. But anyway, let's get to the elections in England, because these are really, really important. Now, I've thought a lot about this, and obviously, last time there was a big election, general election, I said people go and vote for Reform. And it was against my better judgment, because what I realised was going to happen was we were going to give a massive landslide to Labour by splitting the right-wing vote by taking people away from the Conservatives. But obviously the Conservatives needed a kicking, they need to be put out of power. But now we've got the nightmare after the 4th of July, whenever the election was. We've got lunatic lefties running the country, and they're making a right pig's ear of it. So this is what I would do if I was in England, okay? If I was in a council seat where there was a very popular candidate standing for UKIP, I would vote for that candidate. I'm a member of UKIP, of course I would, right? Now, however, I'm guessing that UKIP have not got candidates for every single constituency. So if there's no UKIP candidate, my preference would be the SDP. Now, this is just me. I'm not telling anybody how to vote. So I would go UKIP first, because their policies on deportation, on getting a grip on Islamism, on getting a grip of migrant criminals, on Christianity, and everything else are bang up the same street as me. So, you know, I support everything that they're talking about. Then after that, I would go SDP. If there wasn't a UKIP candidate, because I've got friends in the SDP. They've got some really good names in there. It's a party I think it's been underrated and under-promoted, probably, and underfunded. So the SDP seem to be very similar to UKIP on a lot of issues. Very, very socially conservative. Maybe a bit more left-wing when it comes to actually welfare and stuff like that. But I don't really have a problem with that if welfare's going to the right people. You know, veterans and pensioners and people that find themselves in very difficult situations. I think that's a Christian thing to do, is basically support people that are suffering. Then finally, if there's no UKIP, no SDP, Reform. What can we say about Reform? Everyone knows what I think about Reform. I'm not happy with what's happened to Rupert Lowe. I'm not happy with what's happened to Ben. I'm not happy with the way they've behaved, talking about people that were going to the United Kingdom demonstrations, calling them that lot. I'm not happy with the way Farage has dealt with Tommy. I'm not happy with the way Farage has dealt with Ben and Rupert, which I think I've already said. So, not happy with a lot of things, but if there was no UKIP, no SDP, possibly Reform or Conservative. This is in England. Obviously, Northern Ireland's voting system is different. The parties are different, so I'm not going to bore you with the details of that, because it's 2 years out, and when that 2 years is up, I'll be talking to my fellow patriots in Northern Ireland, giving them my analysis for what it's worth. I've got a little bit of a following over here as well as in England. Let people know what I think and how I think is the best way to basically vote. Yeah. So that's where I'm at with the elections in May. The most important thing is to give the establishment a kicking. And if you've got a very good local Tory candidate, maybe vote for them through gritted teeth. But my preference would go UKIP, SDP, Reform, Conservative. And I'd only be voting for all the other parties if there isn't a UKIP candidate in the area, because I do think UKIP's got the best policies out there at the minute. I really, really do. So that's my two penneth on the elections. Let me know what you think in the comments. For all those people who thought I was going to start doing less videos, unlucky. Now that I'm not committed to doing other stuff, which would take a lot of my time, a lot of my effort, and a lot of my finances, I can commit to doing more videos, little short ones like this. So you're going to get more of me, not less. See you all soon.